Today is Thursday, August 23rd. Time for another Buoy 10 update, and I don't entirely know where to begin. Let's see. Let's start with, I don't know how many doubles or triples we had. We lost count. Quads, we had at least 2, maybe as many as 4. It was absolutely wide open from the time we put lines in until we quit. We ended up, this is my first time this year I've had a complete boat limit, and it wasn't 6 Chinook, 6 Coho. It was 4 Chinook, 8 Coho. There were that many silvers here in the river today. It was unreal, absolutely unreal. And it truly did not matter where you were. I heard of guys just hammering them down at Hammond. I heard that there was a wide open bite in front of Chinook. We caught ours first thing this morning up above the bridge on the Oregon side, and then finished the day on the Washington side. And it didn't matter if you were at Shipwreck, if you were upriver, up in the ditches. It didn't matter if you were down here in front of the bridge on the Oregon side, in front of Hammond, if you were down at Checkerboard. It didn't matter. There were fish everywhere. Now, is that because there was the 3-day closure? Well, I'm sure that probably meant that there were more biters around. But just the amount of fish on the graph was unreal. And the best part is, and this is kind of interesting because we haven't found too many Coho out in the ocean, the silvers that were here. Jeez, man, I could not sort through enough silvers to find any more Chinook. Now, that's my story. Some other guys found their Chinooks pretty quick. We were letting a handful go. Boy, if there was ever an argument for first fish and done, today would have been the day for it for just about everybody in the fleet. But boy, it was fun. I'll tell you what, I have not had this much fun in a long time. Probably obviously since last year when we had some of these bites, but this was just one of those perfect, it reminded me of when I first started guiding about a little over a decade ago, when we would come down here in September for the Coho, and I would literally just put my boat in gear, put rods out with triangle flashers and size 5 spinners, and in one pass we'd kill our 21 fish and let another handful go. That's what it felt like today. And the best part about all of this, the best part, is that everybody was catching fish. There wasn't a hot boat, there wasn't a right line, it wasn't a specific depth contour that the fish were following. It was literally everywhere. It didn't matter if you were at 15 on the counter, 50 on the counter, if you were in 20 feet of water, 50 feet of water. Everybody was swinging nets. It was fantastic. It was really cool to see, and I saw that everywhere we went, everywhere we fished today. Now, that being said, I'm sure there were some guys that struggled. I'm sure there were guys that limited out really quick. It's just the way fishing goes. Right place, right time, right fish. And when you land on them, wow, you are on them. And I got to give credit where credit's due. Bill Jr. called me into a bite, Bill Monroe Jr., and he's like, hey man, you got to get here. And it's not my report, so I can't give it, but he called me into it, and I went to the absolute wrong place. So I was an hour late to it, but they were still there. And it was, it wasn't any secret. I mean, shoot, there were 50, 100 boats there, so it was basically just at the top of the Shipwreck Troll. There were just a bunch of fish up there. And we were down at the bottom doing just fine. I mean, heck, we were hammering them there right above the bridge on the Washington side. I think that pass we hooked like 5. But you go from hooking 5 a pass to hooking 15 a pass. That was pretty fun. So there were literally fish everywhere. They didn't matter what color spinner, didn't matter what color spin fish, didn't matter what the flavor scent or fish nip or anything else. These fish just wanted to bite. And I'll tell you what, look at this weather today. Here, I'll show it to you. Look at this. Perfect. Not a whisper of wind here in the afternoon. I'm sweating wearing shorts and a t-shirt. It is probably in the mid 80s. It's outgoing tide right at the bottom of the outgo, and just not a swell, not a white cap, nothing. This afternoon bite will probably be pretty good still if guys are still out here fishing or wanting to get out this afternoon. It was, oh, I love days like this. This is what Buoy 10 is. This is what the Super Bowl of salmon fishing is. What we all know it can be. You know, there are guys that spend thousands and thousands of dollars and travel all the way up to Alaska, British Columbia, wherever to go find the best salmon fishing in the world. It's right here. It doesn't happen every day, but it's right here. And we got to experience it today. It was fantastic. I really hope it continues like this. I hope that we get to keep on fishing. I hope there are no more additional closures except for one that's already scheduled next week, that 2-day closure next week. But man, I'll tell you what, epic. I had a blast. It's just one of those deals where you're like, okay, there's a group of fish. How many rods are going to get bit this time? Oh, look, 3 more. Good job. All right. I just kept the boat in gear. We lost fish. Don't care. Just put it down. Hey, you want to check the leader? Nope. Just get it down. Oh, look, you got another one. It was fun. If you can't tell from the smile on my face, I had a great time today. I have no idea how many bites we had. It was a perfect day of salmon fishing down here at Buoy 10 for me. I loved every second of it. And I was really glad that we got to show our group such a fun time. My buddy Brandon and I, we had a 2-boat trip with a corporate account, and we got everybody fish. It was, I think between the 2 boats, we ended up getting 22 fish. It was good. It was really, really good. Did I tell you it was good? Because it was good. Okay, I got a graveyard of spinners back here that I need to work on. Just got done filleting all those fish. I haven't filleted that many fish all season. That was fun. I'm gonna remember today. That was special. That was special, and I hope it continues. If you haven't come down yet, hopefully you get a chance to come down and experience this and get into as good of action as what we saw here today. It was perfect. It was perfect. Ah, man, I love this fishery. Days like today, you're not getting 100 gallons of water in your face out there in the ocean. It's not that south wind beating you up. It's not cold. It's not swelly. It's not too crowded. Everyone's spread out because everyone's catching fish everywhere. You don't need to be all rod tip to rod tip. Excellent. I hope I get to give you guys the exact same report tomorrow. We shall see. Okay. Get back to work, clean up the mess, retie spinners, and hopefully, fingers crossed, do it again tomorrow. Later.